So hey guys, this is Vishwet and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to see the Librarian module that we spoke about in the previous video. So if you have not watched the previous video, I do encourage you to watch that before continuing this. So in this video, I'll show you the Librarian functionalities that are present. So I'll open the project. Okay. So it is over here, Library Management System. I don't know why I closed everything. So I'll right click, I'll open in terminal. I'll do conda activate, else I will do conda env list. Okay. And it will show me the number of environments present. I need this environment, conda activate. Okay. And you can also use right click to paste it. So if I do enter, and now I'll go inside the scripts folder. Okay, so here if I do python main.py, so in the previous video I showed you how you can register the librarian. So I have shown you the various like cases where you might enter wrong input and your program will show you, it will be able to handle those exceptions. For example, in the previous videos I have showed you that if you enter wrong password 2 times, then what is going to happen? If you enter wrong option, what is going to happen? Okay, so let's check the librarian option, the librarian module actually, the librarian login part. So if we log in, so we got the login ID, right? So you have to remember the login ID, that is LB00001, and you have to give the password. As per my knowledge, the password was given as PASS. See, it comes as XXX, but I am typing PASS only. So like PW input is like it is helpful in this. It's like a good touch up to enter your password. It feels like that I'm entering some kind of credentials, but that's fine. If we give enter, so you can see there are few options. 4 options are there. All the 4 options, all the required 4 options are there. If you come to the gradme file in my GitHub, so you can see librarian was able to log in. We were able to log in. We were able to register ourselves. This I showed you in the previous video, and we are able to view books, add books, update book, and remove book, right? By the way, it should be like add a single book, not books, but I think that is fine. So for example, we logged in correctly at one shot. If I press enter, by the way, anytime if you check, press enter to exit. This is the librarian menu. If I press enter, it will exit to the previous menu, which is the home menu. Now if I try to log in but I give wrong credential, then what is going to happen? For example, if I give correct librarian ID but I give wrong credential, I will give as WORD, which is not the password. So it is going to say that authentication failed, remaining items 5. Okay, so here also if you give more than 5 wrong inputs, the program is going to break. Okay, like a small check that I have put. Okay, trying to emulate some real life scenario, but hopefully this is not very complicated for you. And if I go to librarian login again, now we will do a genuine login, which is LB0001, and if I give password, okay, and now you are able to view books, add books, update books, remove book. Now in the previous video I have showed you how I deleted all the database. So in the data folder there is nothing present, there is no books, right? It is 0 KB. If I open this, there is no book. Okay, so there is no data. So if I will keep this folder structure over here and my git bash over here. So if I give one, which is view book, it won't be able to show us the books because there are no books. Now if I try to update a book, it won't be able to do it because obviously there are no books. It's asking for accurate book ID. Okay. Hopefully it might break if I give an ID. Let's give it an ID, but it won't be present. Hopefully our program might also break. Let's give someone. Okay. Enter a book name. I'm not gonna give anything. Okay, book details not valid. Okay, because I didn't enter book name, book author. Anyways, first we'll see. Update book won't work because there are no books in the database. We'll add a book in that case. Okay, we'll add a book. Let's add a book. So I'll add Harry Potter because that's the only book name I know. Enter book author. I know it's J.K. Rowling. Okay. And book publisher, if I don't know the book publisher, and that is okay, I have gave that optional thing. So if you don't know the book publisher, you don't have to enter. Okay, so it's like even I was getting lazy with getting the book publisher, so I gave that optional thing. So if you don't want to enter, you just skip it. And publish date also, if you don't want to enter the publish date, you can skip it. If you and here you have to pass the number of copies. So if you still don't want to enter the number of copies, you can skip that also, and by default one copy will be considered because you are adding a single book, right? You are adding a book, that you are adding a book, that means you are adding at least one item in it. So I have given that default option as one. So if you just press enter, even that is supposed to work fine. And see, our book ID got generated, our book name is present, book author is present, publisher is present, publish date is present, available status is true, and book copies is 1. Okay, so you can see these are all the book details that got saved, and it is also showing that book is saved. Okay, so pretty like simple. Now you can add another book. Okay, let's add another book. Let's add another book. For example, I'll give the book name as Jungle Book. By the way, let me say you this. Like, I have tried my level best to debug all the bugs that I got, handle all the exceptions that I got. Even while recording, I faced some few hand like errors and issues, and I fixed them instantly. But in case if you face any kind of bugs or issues, do not hesitate to ping me in the comment section. I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to update you that this bug is fixed. You can use it, and you can also try to fix it, and you can also suggest me. Okay, so even like that will be like a two-way communication. But anyways, if anyhow this program fails at any point, I'll fix it, but I'll show you the demonstration that why it is giving us an issue and how you can fix it. But hopefully, let's pray that it doesn't break. So now enter the book name. I'll give the book name as Jungle Book. I'll press enter. I'll give the book author. I really don't know the author, but that is something I can't skip. So I will give the author as Jungle Author. Okay, I give this as Jungle Author. Obviously, we are supposed to give the author name, but so that's fine. I'll give Jungle Author. Uh, I don't know the publisher. Obviously, I don't know the author. How can I? I don't know the author. How can I know the publisher? I'll skip this by number of copies. Here, I will pass the number of copies as maybe 7. I think, yeah. So let's see. You can see it took the book name as Jungle Book, book author as Jungle Author, book publisher unknown, published date unknown, and availability status true. Book copies as 7. Okay. So, for example, if I want to add another book, now instead of adding another book, let's view the books. Okay, viewing part is something we have not done. So if I press 1 and enter, so you can see all the books that we added. So these are all the books like ID Harry Potter and ID2 Jungle Book. Okay, number of copies as 7. I am now curious that what happens if we add a book and we pass the number of copies as 0. Okay, even we can do that also, right? So we can add another book, or else we can update a book, we can remove a book. Okay, so let's add another book. I'll give the book name as Geography. Very bad book name. Maybe I'll give a book name as Time Management. Okay, management. Okay, book author. I don't know. I'll give the author as Tim. Okay, Time and Tim. That's fine. Publisher. I'll give maybe John as the publisher. Publish date, I will give something. You have to pass date in a proper format. So I'm given the format DDMMYYY. So date, month, year. So I'll pass at 29/12. Okay, 2022, and I'll press enter. Number of copies I'll pass as 0. Okay. So now you can see the book available status became false. The book ID got generated. The book name is saved. Author is saved. Publisher is saved. Date is also saved. And available status is false. And book copy is 0. I'll ask you to pass all the data properly. If you pass anything wrong, our program can handle many of the cases. Okay, so for example, if you pass publish date as wrong, it should be able to handle, because I have handled this properly. But anyhow, if you face any kind of issue, do ping me if it is not handled. So now I have shown you how to view book, how to add book, how I just these two modules are done. I'll show you how you can update a book and how you can remove the book. Okay. So updating a book is very easy. Just let's first view all the books that are present. So you can see we have added 3 books. Okay. Now while updating a book, you can press 3. Okay. Now as soon as you press 3, we were over here. We try to update the book. As soon as we press 3, it is showing all the books that are present. Okay. It will show you all the books that are present. You don't have to memorize the book ID, right? It is showing you all the books that are present, and now you can provide any like the required book that you want to remove. You have to pass the book ID. So for example, I want to remove this second book, this jungle book. So I can pass 2, and if I pass, if I do enter, and hopefully we are updating it, right? So we are not supposed to remove it, we are updating it. So if I give to this book, we are planning to update. So I gave the book ID. We can give the new name. This not remove, it's update. Okay. So if I give the new book name, which is maybe forest book, instead of jungle, I made it as forest book. Author, I'll give it as forest as the author. I'll pass publisher in this case. Shall I pass publisher? No, I won't pass. I won't pass the publisher date also. The number of copies, the new number of copies, I'll pass it as 8. Now, if I do enter, you can see the book got changed. The book got updated. So now the book ID will be same, but the book name was changed from jungle to forest. Author is changed, and the number of available copies were also changed. Previously the available copies were 7. Now we made it as 8. So we can do that. I have given this options, like you can update, and these are the options of updating. So now for example, update is done. If you want to remove them, just select remove the book. Okay. By the way, this might come in your mind that what happens if we give some wrong ID, right? For example, if we give an ID that is not present, that thing I'll show you in this remove part. Okay, even that also works for the update part. I'll show you in the remove part. For example, these are the books I want to remove. I want to remove one of them, and I give some wrong ID. Maybe I gave as 44, and I entered. Okay, it is asking me, are you sure you want to remove the book? I'll say yes. It is going to give you a prompt. Okay, so you can press no or you can press yes. I'll press yes. Now it is going to tell you error, check book ID. Okay, so even in the update book part, for example, if we go in the update book part, okay, if you give any wrong book ID, it is going to give you an error. For example, if I give 59 as my ID, okay, you have to, it is going to ask you for the new book name. I'll give as some new book. I'll give the author as some bad author, okay, and publisher date I'll give as bad publisher, and new published date. Okay, I'm going to skip this part. I'm going to skip this part also. See, it is also saying check book ID. Okay, so I have handled these cases also. So if you want to update a book or you want to delete a book and that book ID is not matching, so you can't update or delete. And only using book ID you are able to do these things. Okay. So now remove book. If I go inside, so there are 3 books that I want to remove. Let me remove the first one. Okay, else I can remove the second one. Let's remove the second one. Okay, if I do remove the second one, if I press enter and I give yes, and it is saying book deleted, and these are the details of the book, right? These are the details of the book. Now if we again check view books, you can see only 2 books are present. We can remove these books also. Okay, so for example, if I again try to remove a book, I'll give 4 remove a book. Okay, and these are the books that came. I want to delete the first book, and I'll give yes, and it got deleted. Again I'll try to remove a book. The third, this is the book that is present, the book with book ID 3. If I give 3 and if I give yes, and even that got deleted. So if I remove from, like now if I check view books, so there are no books. Now if I try to remove from an already empty book repository, let's see what happens. If it breaks, I'll fix it. If it doesn't break, then obviously it is handled, it is taken care of. Now say if I give remove books, all these are all the books that that it is showing. There are no books, so it is not showing, it is giving us an empty. Now provide accurate book ID, I'll give it as 1. And are you sure to remove the book? Yes. Now see, error, check book ID. So it is already handled. So if there is a book repository or a book database which is empty, you can't delete it from that empty repository because it is empty, right? You can't delete it from an empty repository. So this is already handled. Okay, so I have shown you all the librarian modules. That is, the librarian can view books. I have shown you he can add books. I have shown you, and he is able to update book and remove book. All these functionalities I have shown you. Okay, so in the next module I'll talk about the students module, and that is going to be a little big module, and hopefully I'll break the students module into parts. So if you found this video helpful, do press that like button and stay tuned in my channel for the next video on the students module. And thank you for watching. I'm going to see you in an awesome upcoming video.